Welcome. We bring you Japan's latest news every day. AI sums up what matters, so you can stay informed in English in just a few minutes. If you find it helpful, please like and subscribe. Typhoon impact. Major flight cancellations at Okinawa and Kagoshima airports on the 7th and 8th. Major flight cancellations are occurring at airports in the Okinawa and Kagoshima regions due to typhoon conditions. According to Japan's major airlines, more than 110 flights departing from and arriving at Naha Airport were cancelled on the 6th. Looking ahead, approximately 470 flights operating at multiple airports in Okinawa and Kagoshima prefectures are scheduled to be cancelled from the 7th through the 8th. As the typhoon approaches and weather conditions are expected to deteriorate, all airlines have decided to suspend operations with safety as their top priority. Passengers planning to travel to this region are advised to contact their respective airlines for confirmation. Kyushu Shinkansen to resume operations between Shin-Minamata and Kagoshima Chuo stations on the 7th with reduced frequency. We have an update regarding the resumption of service on the Kyushu Shinkansen. Following the recent earthquake, operations between Kumamoto Station and Kagoshima Chuo Station had been suspended. It has now been decided that service will resume starting on the 7th with reduced train frequency. Specifically, operations are scheduled to resume between Shin-Minamata Station and Kagoshima Chuo Station. Junior Kyushu is continuing inspections of the railway lines and will gradually resume operations in sections where safety has been confirmed. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may cause our passengers. For details regarding the number of trains and operating hours, please check the Junior Kyushu website or contact your nearest station. Volunteers provide health checkup support and other assistance in disaster areas on Day 6. In Hikawa Town, Kumamoto Prefecture, which sustained severe damage from the magnitude 7 earthquake, volunteer support activities are in full swing on the 6th. Volunteers with qualifications such as nurses and certified psychologists are conducting health assessments of disaster victims, providing mental and physical health management support particularly for elderly residents and those experiencing health issues. At evacuation centers, meal distribution and provision of daily necessities continue, with volunteer staff providing detailed support while staying close to those affected. Moving forward, various volunteer activities aimed at community recovery are planned, and the circle of support targeting the earliest possible recovery of the disaster-stricken areas continues to expand. 32-year-old man arrested on suspicion of massive cancellation fraud involving popular magazine merchandise. The Metropolitan Police Department has arrested a 32-year-old man from Osaka on fraud charges for repeatedly placing large orders at an online shop operated by major publisher Shueisha without paying, causing significant disruption. According to police, the suspect is believed to have fraudulently placed over 2,000 orders for merchandise related to popular magazines. He repeatedly cancelled orders without paying, causing substantial losses to Shueisha. The Metropolitan Police Department is continuing its investigation while also looking into the possibility that the suspect may have been acting as part of an organized scheme, and is investigating potential additional charges. Actress Sumika Toyoshiro passes away at 94, former top male role star of Takarazuka Revue. Sumika Toyoshiro, an actress who served as a top male role star with the Takarazuka Revue, passed away on August 3 at the age of 94. The cause was old age. Toyoshiro was one of the representative Takarazuka stars of the Showa era, captivating many fans with her graceful stage presence. After leaving the Takarazuka Revue, she went on to have a successful career in television dramas and films, and was beloved for many years as one of Japan's leading actresses. She was particularly known as the devoted wife of actor Tadao Takashima, and the couple's television appearances together were also popular. Tadao Takashima passed away in 2021, and Toyoshiro has now followed her husband in death. With her long career in entertainment and a harmonious family life, news of this beloved grand dame's passing marks the end of an era. police agency to study remote analysis technology for highly encrypted messaging apps in effort to combat anonymous fluid criminal groups. The National Police Agency has launched an investigation into new investigative techniques to strengthen measures against anonymous and fluid-type criminal groups. This comes as cases have increased in which ringleaders use highly encrypted messaging apps to send instructions to gang members. The police agency is considering introducing new investigative technology that can remotely obtain communications made through these apps. This technology is expected to enable the analysis of encrypted messages. To prevent the execution of organized crimes, investigations toward practical implementation are underway while balancing investigative transparency with personal information protection. Hiroshima marks 81 years since atomic bombing. Calls for nuclear disarmament continue. Today marks 81 years since the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima. The city held a memorial service and peace commemoration ceremony honoring the atomic bomb victims, attended by survivors, bereaved families, and government officials. At the ceremony, profound condolences were offered to approximately 140,000 people who lost their lives in the atomic bombing. Meanwhile, the international community is growing concerned about nuclear threats and efforts to strengthen nuclear deterrence. Against this backdrop, Hiroshima, a survivor of atomic devastation, has renewed its powerful calls for nuclear disarmament. Hibakusha survivors are urging countries worldwide to promote nuclear disarmament and build peace, stressing the importance of preventing a repeat of the tragedies of war. House Disaster Countermeasures Committee hears government response to Kumamoto earthquake. In response to the Kumamoto earthquake, the House of Representatives Disaster Countermeasures Special Committee held a steering committee meeting on the 6th. During the meeting, detailed briefings were provided by the government on damage assessments and response measures taken so far. The session served as an important opportunity for the committee to confirm the government's efforts regarding a comprehensive understanding of earthquake damage and future reconstruction support initiatives. Discussions are expected to continue moving forward on strengthening support systems for the affected areas. Prime Minister Takaichi meets with atomic bomb survivors groups, pledges to expedite atomic bomb disease recognition process. Prime Minister Takaichi met with representatives of atomic bomb survivors groups in Hiroshima and expressed his commitment to accelerating the screening process for atomic bomb disease recognition. With the aging population of survivors progressing, the Prime Minister stated his intention to shorten the time required for the certification screening and deliver results more quickly, so that survivors can receive necessary support while they are still alive. After attending the Peace Memorial Ceremony, Prime Minister Takaichi held discussions with atomic bomb survivors groups in Hiroshima and listened carefully to their voices. The government has emphasized its policy of continuing efforts to enhance support for atomic bomb survivors. SoftBank Group reports over 17% drop in profits for April to June quarter. SoftBank Group has announced its financial results for the April to June 2024 period. Net profit came in at 347.3 billion yen, representing a decline of more than 17% compared to the same quarter last year. The main factor behind the profit decline is a drop in the value of stocks held by its subsidiary investment fund, Vision Fund. The fund's valuation losses were significantly weighed down by the impact of global interest rate hikes and stock price adjustments in technology companies. Meanwhile, core business revenue from telecommunications and other operations has remained steady. SoftBank Group says it will focus on restructuring its business operations and investment strategy going forward. Stock prices fall as investors take profits in semiconductor-related shares. The Tokyo Stock Exchange declined today, the 6th. The primary factor was profit-taking sales by investors, particularly in semiconductor-related stocks that had been trending upward. Selling orders have spread as investors seek to convert gains from the recent rally into cash, and the Nikkei average is down compared to the previous trading day. According to market analysts, shares that had attracted concentrated buying due to high expectations for strong earnings from semiconductor-related companies are now entering a correction phase. Going forward, market attention is expected to focus on the release of U.S. economic indicators this week and the contents of quarterly earnings reports from various companies. This morning's business report, August 6, Thursday, food products sales tax cut to 1% and future policy considerations. A proposal to reduce the consumption tax on food products to 1% is garnering attention. The current consumption tax rate stands at 10%, and this proposal aims to ease the burden on households by lowering taxes on essential food items. If implemented, the plan could reduce the financial burden of food expenses for families. However, key issues going forward include how to secure the necessary tax revenue and how to define which food products would qualify for the lower rate. There are also concerns that managing multiple tax rates would create administrative complexity. Discussions are underway between the government and opposition parties, and further examination taking into account the impact on the public is expected to proceed. North Korea fires ballistic missile, appears to have landed outside Japan's EEZ. According to the Ministry of Defense, North Korea launched what is believed to be a ballistic missile on the afternoon of the 6th. The ministry says there is currently no confirmation that the missile entered Japan's exclusive economic zone, or EEZ. North Korea has conducted repeated missile launches since last month. The Ministry of Defense says it will continue to work with the United States and South Korea to share information while verifying the missile's flight path and landing location. South Korean police search Soccer Federation over World Cup manager selection. South Korean police have taken action regarding the managerial selection process for the national soccer team, which was eliminated in the group stage at the North and Central American World Cup. Police conducted a search of the Soccer Federation on the 6th on suspicion of obstruction of business and other charges. The investigation is looking into whether there was any improper interference in the selection process for former manager Hong Myung-bo. Within South Korea, criticism over the team's poor World Cup performance has intensified, and questions have been raised about the transparency of the managerial selection process. The search is expected to result in the seizure of records and materials related to the selection process. New director confirmed for US CDC amid vaccine policy confusion after year-long vacancy. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which plays a central role in the nation's infectious disease response, has filled its director position after nearly a year of vacancy. The Senate confirmed the new director on the 5th. The CDC has faced confusion due to differences between its COVID-19 vaccine policies and the Trump administration's approach. The new director is an infectious disease expert, and coordinating vaccine policy and public health measures with the administration will be a key challenge going forward. As expectations grow for strengthening the CDC's capabilities and restoring public trust, attention is focused on how the new leadership will respond to these issues. Short on interceptor missiles, Ukraine unable to save lives as Kyiv comes under attack. At Kvitnev station near Ukraine's capital Kyiv, workers are lifting white body bags containing remains from a partially cratered platform and carrying them to waiting ambulances. At the site where 8 people were killed in a massive Russian airstrike, shoes, eyeglasses, and pieces of clothing remain scattered about. Russia launched 115 drones and 24 ballistic missiles in a single night. While Ukraine shot down most of the drones, its air defense network is fragile, and it failed to intercept a single missile. The attack killed 21 people across Ukraine, with 17 of them in Kyiv. Dozens more were injured. Russian military strikes destroyed storage and logistics facilities ranging from online retailer warehouses to mail sorting centers. At Kvitnev, it remains unclear whether the railway station itself or an adjacent warehouse was the intended target. The warehouse also came under attack and was still smoldering hours later. Another warehouse located nearby continued burning more than 12 hours after the strike. Iran reaches agreement with Oman on new shipping route through Strait of Hormuz, says in final stages of negotiations. Iran announced on the 5th that it has reached an agreement with Oman regarding shipping routes through the Strait of Hormuz. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail Baghaei said the agreement is in its final stages, but declined to provide further details. However, Baghaei cautioned that the agreement with Oman does not guarantee safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz, arguing that security concerns remain due to the ongoing U.S. maritime blockade of Iranian ports. The United States and Oman have made no comment on the proposed new route. Since the U.S. and Israel attacked Iran in February, the Iranian government has effectively blockaded the Strait of Hormuz, through which approximately 1/5 of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas normally passes. This has caused significant volatility in global crude oil prices. On the 4th, U.S. President Donald Trump warned that if the Strait of Hormuz is not opened urgently, Iran will face very severe consequences.